eBay's seller protection policy promises protection to its sellers against unmerited refunds and negative feedbacks, but what happens when they fail and they're not following their own policies and buyers are getting refunds while items are still in transit? Well, that's exactly what's going on, and we're going to talk about it more in this video. Stick around to the end if you want to know a surefire way to protect yourself against this happening to you. What's up? Phil Jones here, also known as the King of Thrift. I'm a full-time 20-plus year veteran reseller. I started reselling back in 1999. I created this channel to help resellers like you to get started reselling, or if you're already reselling, how to kick it into overdrive, take it to that next level, perhaps make it a full-time income. When I started back in 1999, I started from a one-bedroom apartment while I raised my newborn daughter. I had all my inventory in a tiny closet. Since then, I've sold millions of dollars worth of merchandise. I've sold to Broadway, every major motion picture studio on the planet, movie stars, everyone from Kanye West and Tony Hawk to Zac Efron. So if you want to learn how you can work from home, be your own boss, and ultimately create the life you love, hit the subscribe button. Now let's get right into the video. eBay is not protecting its sellers, and I know firsthand because I've already had one refund issued and another one on the way. And on top of that, I've gotten a negative feedback. And this is happening because the post office is backed up in the Houston area. I've heard that there are some other states that this situation is happening, but it's specifically going on in Houston at the North Houston location and Missouri City. And what's happening is packages are getting stuck in these locations and they're not processing through. Now the problem is people are going in and they're applying for refunds while the items are still in transit. Now eBay's policy says very specifically, protection against severe weather or carrier disruptions. And what this means is in cases where shipments are affected by severe weather or carrier disruptions, as you can see if you go to your seller hub, you can go down to the left-hand corner and you'll see right there, you'll see news of what's going on in the shipping and different things that are going on around for the sellers to pay attention to. And what they're doing, they are protecting and they have been protecting sellers due to this winter storm that we've had. So anyone who has items that are delayed due to the winter weather, they have been protected. Meanwhile, sellers out of Houston or packages that are being processed through the Houston area are not being protected. Now, the buyers are being protected, but the sellers are not. So what eBay is supposed to do in this situation is, it says right here, severe weather or carrier disruptions. Now, this is classified as a carrier disruption, which means that it's out of our hands. We shipped in the allotted time. In other words, I ship within 24 hours. Any other sellers who have shipped within the allotted time between 1 or 3 days, sometimes it's up to a week, I believe. But as long as you have sent your shipments out and they have been scanned into the system, eBay is supposed to protect you against buyers getting refunds while items are in transit. And what's happened is these items are stuck at these locations and the shipments are being delayed. As you can see here, I have plenty of videos from YouTube. From a quick Google search will show that this is all over the news. In other words, I have contacted eBay and told them, they said rest assured that I would be protected, not to worry, that buyers would not be able to get refunds while these items are in transit, and that they would make an announcement on the website and let everyone know not to worry as far as the sellers, that they would take care of the sellers and the buyers as well. Now, what it means for the buyers is a delay in their shipment, but they will still receive their shipment. Now, what's going on in the post office is, as far as I can tell from my own research, and this is according to one of the post office's own employees, they got a giant machine being installed into their facility. What happened was it caused a huge disruption and a delay in everyone's packages because this is a sorting machine. So what's happening is packages are stacking up and they're building up and they're all over the place. And they're just not going out.
Tonight, we're learning the problem goes back several months.
Tonight, we sat down with this long-time postal worker.
Never in my postal career has it been this bad.
This paints a troubling picture of the backups and delays at the post office's North Houston distribution center.
It's just beyond control now, I think.
He points to a problem with a key piece of equipment, a new parcel sorting machine set to be installed during peak season just before the holidays.
It's supposed to be a massive machine.
Mail is piling up everywhere.
Every open space, aside from at least half of the aisleways, has mail or trash sitting.
But he says the problems don't end there. After Congressman Al Green promised a surge of extra employees to our area, he believes that could take months.
midsummer, maybe a little later.
We reached out to the Postal Service for a comment on this worker's claim, but we haven't heard back.
Now, the impact this is having on us as sellers is this is allowing buyers to get refunds. And what will happen ultimately is if these items are delayed, let's say 30 days or even 60 days, because in some cases they said it could be a few months. But I read of one particular instance where it was 81 days or so before someone received one of their packages. People are waiting on medications. Businesses all over the Houston area are in trouble right now. And like I said, eBay did assure me that they would take care of me and that they would protect its sellers and that they would make an announcement on the website. That was over a week ago, and I've yet to see that announcement. Like I said, you can go, and as you can see right here on the video, you can see there are no announcements concerning the backed up shipping facility in the Houston area. Now, what can you do to protect yourself in this situation? If you are being affected by this particular delay, then you need to contact your buyers and let them know what's going on. Stay in close contact with them and keep them informed. Call your local post office, call the post office and let them know and ask them what's going on. Get any information that you can and convey that directly to your buyers. Call eBay is number one. Call eBay, email them and let them know that this is wrong. They need to get a handle on this and they need to protect their sellers just like they're protecting their buyers. Because ultimately, as these items take a long time to get to their locations, what will happen is, and what I'm afraid is going to happen to me, and it could happen to many of you, is my buyer is going to get a refund. The item, it shows still in transit. eBay has refunded them, and I actually appealed it. eBay told me that they have sided with the buyer basically because the item has not been delivered and it's over 7 days past the delivery date. But per eBay's own policy, that is wrong. And as you can see, that per eBay's policy, that the seller should be protected in that instance. And as long as we shipped within the allotted time, they should not be refunded. Because what will happen ultimately is once they receive the item, they've already gotten a refund. So they're going to receive the refund and the item. And I highly doubt that eBay is going to go in 30 days or 50 days later and take that money back from that buyer and give it back to me. So what could end up happening is they end up with the money and the item. So I'm out the money and the item, whatever I paid for the inventory, plus what I paid to ship it, and then I'm out the refund. So I will lose all the way around. And depending on how many times this happens, that's how much money I'm going to lose. And so far, I've already lost upwards of $200. I've already gotten a negative feedback. I have other refunds on the way. I've talked to eBay, just like sellers who are impacted by the severe weather, they're protected and eBay is protecting them, but they are not protecting Houston sellers. So contact eBay and let them know that we're not going to stand for this. We are the sellers and we do what we're supposed to do. We hold up our end of the bargain and we expect eBay to protect us per their policy. Now, this is definitely going to affect the trust of the eBay community. People are not going to trust eBay if they keep doing things like this. My guess is once they find out or once it's brought to their attention by enough of us, they will rectify the situation. Hopefully, eBay has been decent in the past. Sometimes they do fall short, and in this particular instance, they are falling short. But let's hope that they do the right thing and protect us, the sellers. And that means that we should be protected against neutral or negative feedbacks because of late shipments, because I have already gotten a negative feedback. So basically, I'm just going to read this so I don't leave nothing out here for you guys so that you can understand exactly per eBay's policy and how it works. If your shipment was impacted by delivery delays caused by severe weather or carrier-caused events, eBay will automatically adjust your late shipment rate and remove any related negative or neutral feedbacks. This protection is in place as long as the shipment receives a carrier scan within your handling time, even if the item arrives late. Also, eBay mentions that they may extend expected delivery dates and or remove item not received reports from service metrics when events cause widespread delays such as severe weather or carrier disruptions. So given the current news, what's going on, according to their own policies, the sellers should be protected. Now, what can you do if this happens to you? Number one, utilize eBay's dispute resolution process. Basically, you go in and dispute the chargeback or the refund to the buyer. And just like I did, you got to contact them and let them know that it is due to the carrier disruption, and there's nothing we can do about that. And again, also contact your buyer and let them know what's going on and tell them that you will get them taken care of. They will get their item. It's just running late, and you do apologize, and you wish there was something you can do, but unfortunately, these things do happen, just like bad weather. It's the same thing. Now, as a last-ditch effort, if this does continue, and this happens to enough of us sellers, we could be looking at legal action against eBay for violating their own policies, because we do enter into a contract, an agreement with them, and as long as we hold up our end of the bargain or the contract, eBay is obligated to hold up theirs. So, like I said, that is a last-ditch resort, and we would have to get together on that. I hope it doesn't come to that. I doubt it will. So far, like I said, eBay has been pretty good about remedying these types of situations, and I'm guessing that once they catch wind of this and enough of us contact them concerning it, that they will do exactly that and take care of us, the sellers, and get this all straightened out. Now, for those of you who have stuck around to the end, what can you do to avoid this situation altogether? Well, what you need to do is do not ship through the U.S. Post Office until this issue is resolved. What you want to do is ship through FedEx or UPS. That's it. I would go with those two carriers, and you will be covered. You can still upload your tracking information through eBay system through those two carriers, I'm almost positive. And if you do that, you're going to be covered either way. Now, if you're new to reselling, make sure you check out my video on shipping. It has everything outlined start to finish, A to Z, how to ship, where to ship, all the ins and outs. I know it seems complicated in the beginning. Actually, one of the most requested videos that I've gotten is how to ship through eBay's system. Hopefully this video has helped you guys out. And if it has, make sure you leave a thumbs up. This is Phil, again, also known as the King of Thrift, bringing you another video to help you out, to help you make that money, to help you learn to work from home, be your own boss, and ultimately create the life you love reselling. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.